Hey there, it's David H. Lawrence the 17th. And way back in 2009, when I'd been teaching VO2GoGo for a while, and it was suggested to me that it might make sense to offer a free class that just helps people understand what they need to know to get started. Some people don't even know what they don't know. And so I decided to create a class called Getting Started in VoiceOver. And when I called it that, I had no idea how important it was to use the phrase getting started, right? It could have been called getting ready to do voiceover. And recently, I saw something that made me think about the difference between getting ready and getting started, right? I read an article about somebody who wasn't getting a lot of stuff done because they were kind of wrapped up in a preparation ritual. Like, before I can do anything, everything has to be lined up perfectly. All my pencils have to be in a row. I have to have it was somebody who was making sales calls and spending the first couple of hours at work just organizing that process. Shouldn't take that long to organize the process. But what they found was they were addicted to the idea of not getting started until everything was perfect. Getting ready was more important than actually getting started. And you got to realize this is one of the biggest limiting beliefs that we have, is that we can't start something until everything is absolutely perfect. It's the fear of failure. And it's an instance of what Stephen Pressfield, in The War of Art and in Do the Work, the two books that he wrote about this subject, calls the resistance monster, right? You're resistant to getting started. So imagine if my class was called Getting Ready to Do Voiceover, as opposed to Getting Started in Voiceover. You don't want to be confusing this, by the way, with warm-ups or stretches or organizing something that's kind of messy and disparate, maybe making sense out of something that's confusing. But you do want to get on with it, even if it's not perfect, especially if it's not perfect, right? Do that first thing, and the second thing will be a snap. It really will. Don't spend a lot of time getting ready, organizing, making sure that all your pencils are in the same direction, pointing the same way. Just do it. Ready, shoot, aim. We talked about that in another video. But don't be afraid of that resistance monster, right? Don't be afraid to just dive right in and get things going, because the results will show that you got started rather than you spent a good deal of time getting ready to get started. So getting ready versus getting started, opt for get started. Do that very first step, and then the second step and the third step and the fourth step. They'll be a whole lot easier. I'm wondering if this is something that you've thought about. It's like, when I get up in the morning, I need to journal for about an hour. I need to get everything squared away. I need to make sure that everything is just perfect before I get started. Is that you? Or are you somebody that dives right in, or dives right in with a little tiny bit of just reminding yourself where you're going? That's what I do when I get up in the morning. I remind myself where I'm going. I look at my notebook, and then I go for it. I don't wait. I don't try to figure out how to make everything perfect. I wonder how it is for you. No matter where you're watching this video, let me know in the comments below. I hope you're watching it at vo2gogo.com, because that's where all the good stuff is that you can take advantage of. But wherever you're watching it, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think of this. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, go ahead and click on my head there. If there's no head there, if I'm pointing at an empty space, then go ahead and find a subscribe button somewhere on the page. There's one there. And if you want to see the latest video that I've done, click on that frame and YouTube will play it for you. I've paid for them to do it. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th. I thank you so much for watching these one-a-day videos, and I will talk to you tomorrow.